Hey everybody, CVH here, and on this fine morning I've decided to play some mid-range Sorcerer on the ladder for you guys. And we're in top 10 Legend right now, so hopefully we won't be losing too many ranks. Hopefully we can actually maintain top 10. But this isn't just any mid-range Sorcerer, this is sort of a hybrid, because I've had a lot of success with a very similar version on the ladder when I've played it recently, but I've heard from PDMD and many other players that Hulking Fabricant has performed pretty admirably in the deck alongside the 3 Crown Quartermasters with their neutral daggers and 3 Lurking Crocodiles. So here's the differences between this version and what I've been playing recently. I took out the 2 Wrath of Sithis that I was playing for Hulking Fabricants. Wrath of Sithis is a sort of a safe card. I think it's very powerful in the archetype, but I've sort of doubled up on the 5 drops and left my 6 drops hanging because, hey, our 5 drops are good on turn 6 usually anyway. And then I removed the Barrow Stalkers for the Lurking Crocodiles, and I removed 1 Daggerfall Mage for the 1 Quartermaster that I wasn't playing because I was only playing 2 of them. So we're down to 2 Daggerfall Mages, and I know PDMD and others are playing 3 Hulking Fabricants. I would rather play 2 if I still want to play the white runs, and I really do. I find this card to be all around very, very powerful, but hopefully the Fabricants can help pull their weight as well, and we have a good win rate on the ladder. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, stay subscribed for more Legends content, follow my stream in the description. I'll see you next time. It's like a 35-second queue time, so hopefully we find an accurate opponent sort of close to our rank. Rank 1, number 7, it's fine. It's fine, better than playing against rank 3, right? And a fellow Sorcerer. Maybe that's why it took so long. They were waiting to queue me against another Sorcerer deck. We could start off with a mirror match here. Pretty easy mulligan, don't have the ring. Can't really afford to keep the other 2 cards without a 3-drop. And we have Spell Sword into Haunting Spirit. Kind of ideal. And our opponent could very well not be mid-range. He could be Control Sorcerers, seen a lot more popularity recently. And I think we're probably favored in that matchup.
By Arca's beard, this day will be mine.
I do kind of like the Spirit here, since he's already starting to contest the board. Makes things pretty awkward for him. I think the only combination of cards, he could use like 2 Sorcerer's Negations to help fully clear this board, or a Sorcerer's Negation and a Firebolt would help clear this board without the Haunting Spirit going off, but it requires a very specific 2 cards to prevent me from getting Haunting Spirit's effects.
Confound you!
I keep a spare blade in my boot.
So let's see, if I played Mammoth Firebolt, he would be left with 2 2/1s on the board. One of them can trade into the 2/2. He has a dagger for 1. I think it's probably fine. I don't need Harpy yet. I think I can take a favorable 2, right? Probably fine. Prevent the dagger from having value. Then next turn we break the first rune of the game and play Whiterun, we hope. But it looks like our opponent's mid-range too. The Quartermaster is definitely indicative of that.
Do your worst.
It's a dagger and 3 other cards, and this is exactly where I love Whiterun Protector.
Save me my hands. No one can keep them safe from me.
Like, what a powerful turn that was. So you call a power spike, right? We're like kind of even, going back and forth, fighting for the board, and then we do something that's just absurdly powerful and really hard to handle. He's got to play another Quartermaster and use both daggers on the Mystic Dragon. And it's still just an even trade, which gives us the decision of trading for value, pushing face.
Sorcerer's people alive.
Royal Sage. Now that's definitely better than Mystic Dragon here. We could Harpy down that Royal Sage and see what we get.
I see you're in need of my wisdom.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a little favorable here. It's only 1 less damage, right? When a lot of times you want to trade and then play Sage in case you get ward after you trade to keep things durable. That was one of the rare cases where we want to do it first, I think, because of Sorcerer's negation. We'd rather have a 4/4 that was warded and then traded than a 4/2 with ward that's still weak to Sorcerer's negation. Although it's sort of just, you know, nitpicking at this point because Sorcerer's negation would be better on this anyway, right? But just thinking about that as well. Smack for 5, play another Harpy and Dragon. Have the Croc up my sleeve just in case we top deck a Hulking Fabricant, we can enable it immediately. Although at this point in the game, Bone Colossus is probably just a better draw.
Your blood will spill.
You must be cleansed.
I smell the stench of the living.
Does barely stop my lethal. I think it's time to keep pushing face. I'm sure we can play this over here, because it's hard to kill anyway. And at this point we're feeling really good, because all we need is a Lightning Bolt or an Encano to kill him.
Repel the Outlanders.
Another Barrow Stalker could be problematic though.
You've not seen my like.
That's problematic in its own way too. Not as bad as like a Barrow Stalker Firebolt though, because that would set him up to basically drain turn after turn, since my Croc would be Firebolted and the Barrow Stalker would be uncontested. But let's just try to roll charge. Oh, I didn't do it.
You're in need of my wisdom.
Well, I like the effort, Royal Sage, but the real lethal would have been charge there. So at this point, we know he's mid-range because of Mystic Dragon, Crown Quartermaster, Young Mammoth. Did he take this card out for this card? I like this card more in control because it actually controls the board. But I think Bone Colossus is strictly better when you're trying to pressure. Obviously our opponent, it was pretty good there because he wasn't really pressuring, but you know, when 90% of your deck is pressuring, you'd like a 7-drop that keeps that up, I think. For example, if I had top decked that here, it pretty much just would have gotten Lightning Bolted and I would have lost probably. Maybe if he had the Lightning Bolt, who knows. Either way, Bone Colossus closed that one out. Still lucky number 7. Got a Monk. I always assume mid-range because I just think it's the best Monk deck right now. And he is relatively high ranked, so I guess I keep the Harpy, and I guess I probably want to keep a Dark Guardian too. I don't think I want to keep all of it, but... like, I'd like another 2-drop just in case he doesn't ring out a 2-drop, then my Harpy's kind of useless. Oh no. It's like a bug, it was stuck there for a minute.
May
You walk on warm sands.
Overall, the hand looks good though. Still don't have the ring. This was a trend in a recent video too, right? This is the aggro battle mage. One of those videos. Yeah, like I can Harpy that, but it feels pretty bad. I was hoping you'd play Goblin Skulk. You never really hope your opponent has Goblin Skulk. This is one of the rare times, I guess. If I'm gonna follow up with Dark Guardian, I guess I can play this in the left. If I play it in the right, you just play something bigger than it in the right. You know, it's never gonna be the biggest thing in its lane for too long.
Just give me a name.
And I can Dark Guardian here, but it's still not that great of a Dark Guardian. Yeah. It's a really bad Dark Guardian, isn't it? Could trade it in Mammoth. I could go face and just let him get the free hit there. Sets up for the Firebolt I don't have. Then he goes face for 2. I can break through and play Sage for value. Let's try that. If I play this, he has to double trade in. If he has Cloud Rest, either way, I'm just gonna be so far behind. Turn 1 Cleric, turn 2 Slayer, turn 3 Cloud Rest. This is the issue, right? These are all prophecies. A lot of people have certain issues with prophecies like Lightning Bolt. These are like good from your hand on curve. often 2 for 1 off of a prophecy. They're not strictly defensive, except for Cloud Rest doesn't really help you when you're taking damage, but just pop out there, trade with something, then eat removal or trade with something else. Mammoth might be alive for the turn, though.
For the warrior wife.
Do not get my Sage value. Negation's not bad. As usual, I wish I had the ring, but besides that, it's not that bad. Yeah. Guess I'll negate down this and trade over that. Could negate this and have no trades. That seems about right.
Bless us, Kai.
Well, I did like this play because everything left on board would trade evenly into this, barring Cloud Rest or Cleric. But there's Cleric. And unfortunately, it was a free one. So it doesn't even impact his ability to use his Magicka efficiently this turn. Something that I was unable to do on my turn. I guess I could have. I could have played like a 4-4, but didn't seem very good on the board compared to removing something and setting up another good trade. It's not meant to be. Yeah, I think this is my list from a couple videos back, maybe if you guys have seen that. It's like the same list I've been playing for months when I play Midrange Monk. It's really good against other midrange decks. So I'm not too surprised at the outcome here, but the game does feel over. I am kind of surprised I get this off still. Decided not to break a rune. Sorcerer doesn't really have that many prophecies, usually. I would have gone in there, I think. Do I make a last-ditch attempt to fight for this board? If I don't have ward on this or charge on this, this trades really well into that, which is sad, and then this just eats that. Or this just eats that. So I'm kind of hoping for a miracle if I go in the left lane. Sage has to happen this turn, though, because it's not happening ever again. Charge on the Sage is also good. Charge on them both would be amazing. Well, I guess amazing's kind of a stretch.
I keep a spare blade in my boot.
I see you're in need of my wisdom.
Alright, word on that makes this kind of reasonable, I guess. It still just gets jabbed, obviously.
Nicely done.
More likely he's setting up for
Unless
Hoffinger,
he
though.
finds it useful to use
It's not my list from a couple videos ago, because I took that out. Everyone else left it in. Well, that's a beating. I mean, I have Shadowfen, but it's still like, he plays a 5-5, I play a 4-4, and that's not getting me back ahead on board when I'm already behind. I don't even think I can afford to play it over there. I have to Shadowfen it, or otherwise it'll just drain and I'll never win. I could play Shadowfen left and Dagger, just in case those trade. You can still double trade there. Better or worse than Shadowfen on the right, Firebolt the 2-1. It's optimistic, but I kinda like it. There's no way to not get wrecked by Hoffinger here, right? He's always gonna have at least 2 things on the board at the end of my turn. And I'm at 26, which is kinda like ideal. You could also just sheer point Dragon this turn and trade with Cleric. Or favorably trade with the Hive at that point. Or just Cloud Rest at any time, or a 3rd Cleric. A lot of things could go wrong is my point. That's why Monk is so good at fighting for the board. Not just the prophecies, but just the cards themselves are really good on the board at fighting for the field lane. It's not like we have that many, that fewer prophecies. We have 12. I think he's playing 15 if he's playing the version I was.
For the warrior wife.
But a prophecy is more impactful earlier than later. Alright, I can no longer play anything in that lane. Everything dies immediately. Dagger, I mean, I could play Dark Guardian and eat 5 damage. Does that really help at all? I pretty much just lose. If I play everything left, he double trades into Dark Guardian, trades over that, and then I can like remove a couple things, but he has an entire turn to continue developing. If I play over here, I pretty much just get outraced. So there's really like, no plan of action to fight back when you have 0-0 on board against, what is it, 9-12 attack and 15. It's like a 12-15 on the board over 3 bodies, and I had 0-0. This deck does not have the means to come back from that kind of deficit. Which is one of its weaknesses. Probably its main weakness. That it can't win back a lost board very easily. Right, we can pack it in. We can definitely pack it in here. GG. Our best play that turn is play a pair of Dark Guardians left and Firebolt to negate something. And then we're back exactly in this position next turn, except TES played more creatures. Oh, we got Furrow, nice. Last time I played against Furrow was in Arena, I think. I think that made it into a video, actually. Dude, I'm so bad at getting the ring when I'm recording for YouTube. I'm pretty good at getting the ring when I'm streaming, but yeah. And say what you will about the ring, it was definitely a pretty important factor last game because it was mid-range versus mid-range, and we both have very similar curves. Don't know what he's playing, though. I mean, again, I assume mid-range monk. Doesn't really affect the mulligan, these are just great. Great, whether it's aggro, control, mid-range.
Of course I'm on your side.
Greetings, citizen.
May you walk on warm sands.
Probably mid-range.
My Arcase beard. This day will be mine.
Turn 1 4/4s are really good. The Windkeep Spell Sword's not bad either.
Didn't see this coming, eh?
I don't remember the last time I played against him on the ladder.
Confound you. Confound you.
We usually don't play at about the same time, except when I'm recording videos early because he's on that European time. And I'm usually streaming much later than he is. But you guys should check out Furrow too. On YouTube as well as Twitch.
Didn't see this coming, eh?
So I definitely feel kind of forced into negation. And that's okay. It's a fine negation.
At your service.
My Arcase beard. This day will be mine.
No real sense to Harpy. I'd rather set up a trade that's not totally garbage.
We'll never give ground.
Ah, that's really good. Our Quartermaster does not quite help there, so trade, trade, trade. So here's something not to do. Probably don't record a video with Midrange Monk a couple days before trying to play Midrange Sorcerer on the ladder. Record a video with, like, Control Scout. I did a Control Scout video too. Why aren't people using that deck? I mean, it's not as good, but it's way more fun. Actually, that's debatable too. Depends on if you like Drain Vitality a lot. My point being, I'd feel better against a deck like that.
We'll hold no matter what.
Oh, that's a really weak
Less
play.
us time.
That's a little bit less
May
weak
we
of a play.
serve you with every word.
Wow, that's a really good top deck, isn't it? Yes, it is. Well, if one of these is gonna die anyway. This deck's really good at first rune prophecies. Oh my god. It's okay, we have a really strong turn. The problem with this turn is that we have nothing left in the tank. What you see is what you get.
Found you.
Oh, he thinks that's gonna hold down the field lane. It's not.
I keep a spare blade in my boot.
He probably has Hoffinger or something. He's trying to get a nice swing turn to get back on the board. Maybe not. Alright, we can activate that. Walk right into a Piercing Javelin, but hey. It does cost 5 Magicka as well, so it's not that bad.
Bless us, kind. May we serve you with every word.
He knows I have the
A
dagger,
little distraction might prove useful.
so it doesn't really do anything. If I want to kill it, I think I probably do, right?
Do your worst.
The issue is ordering, right? So I'll have a 5-1. If I go in and he gets a Piercing Javelin, I'd rather this die than this. But I still think he's going to target the 4-2 instead of the 5-1 that's available to be traded in. So I can pretty safely do this, and then, like, attack and then play Fabricant. This needs to live if I want the 8-8, obviously. Also, like, should I don't know, should I, like, really bait the jab on this by attacking with that one first? Maybe I should have.
Might prove useful.
I got in slightly more damage if it was Cloud Rests, which is good, I guess. That's an interesting turn. You can't play around every prophecy there, ever. Yeah, there's no real downside to it in this lane. This deck shouldn't play Viper. But yeah, I could have also gone in there, and then if he had Slayer, I could trade over it, but he might just play Slayer over here, but he probably wouldn't want to do that. I don't know. Slayer like a Black Sap or something.
So much work yet to do.
Oh, that does work, right?
Oh my.
It's expensive, but it works. Alright, so we have a pretty clean 6 here. We only have one chance to give him a prophecy. It'd be really nice to not, because we have hit 2. It'd be nice to not hit a prophecy this turn. Okay, that works for me. If I could just not hit a prophecy this turn, that'd be great. Oh, and one of my versions of this deck, I made the mistake of playing too many of these, and I took out Skulk Curse. You really want to play Skulk Curse, I think. It's really good. Ah, he's playing Skull Curse. Good. He's playing the good version. At that point, you're like, okay, CVH didn't play Skull Curse. That's wrong.
Confound you!
All right, so we hit the first 2 runes as prophecies, and the last 2 were not so much. I mean,
By
sure.
the 8th, they will meet their makers.
This is when I wasn't playing Dawnstar, but if he's playing Dawnstar, we might have a really hard time. I don't think it's good this turn, but like you could maybe just fight for the board a little bit, get a curse that, trade there, guard up against one of these. I only have 2 damage on board. If he guards against this one, so I can't get a tome, and then... Well, that's not true. I could just get it. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I could just top deck a bolt, jeez.
We fight for all Skyrim.
Oh, the old Hoffinger and Prey plan.
I've no time for this.
Legion Shield's a pretty good one. Okay, so Source Negation is pretty good too. Dude, I heard someone say, I forget who it was. I heard someone say they took out Negation from Midrange Sorcerer. Please do not do that. There have been times when I only play 2 and I play like 3 of these. He apologized, does that mean I can greet him?
May you walk on warm sands.
Poetic Justice, when you get the guard item off of Hoffinger,
It has been
and the rune you break is the Sorcerer's Negation. I don't want to hear IBM